it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and I hope everybody's still going. Their minds are ready to learn some math today, so let's get started. Our learning objective is the same as yesterday. We're going to be using and learning ways to add numbers using different strategies. We're still going to use estimation to determine if our work on our addition is reasonable. And we're going to continue to do that today using those models with our base 10 blocks, and then we're going to turn into using models with our number line. So today will be the last day of instruction on using the modeled pictures. So what we're going to do is we're going to need to always keep open that base 10 block manipulative that I put on the slide for you on your virtual classroom, and it'll also be on your lesson work so that you can use that to help you solve problems. So we're going to start right into a problem this morning, and our problem today is Kaylee has 48 pieces of candy corn. Mindy gave her 49 more pieces. How many pieces of candy corn does Kylie have all together? How many pieces of corn candy does Kylie have all together? So you've got to think about what she already had, what she was given. So we already know that she had 48 pieces. She was given 58 more. So we're going to use those base 10 manipulatives, and I'm going to show you how to do that today, because sometimes when we have bigger numbers, it's best to just draw them. So I'm going to pull that up for you, and we're going to use that to help us solve this problem. Because our numbers are a little smaller today, I'm going to go ahead and use the manipulatives rather than drawing it, but I know my numbers were 48. Oops. Make sure you click on this so that you get actually starts writing for you. But my numbers were 48 and 59. So I'm going to just write those over so I don't forget them. So the first thing that when we're adding and using manipulatives, we're going to build these numbers. So I'm going to build this number first, and I'm going to look at the 4 digit, and I'm going to know that it's in the tens place. So I need 4 tens. So I'm going to come up here, click off this so that I can pull these down, and I'm going to pull 4 down. Now, you don't want to attach them together because you want to be able to see that these are separate tens, and you can count them easier when they're separated. And I know in the ones place I have 8, so I'm going to pull those over. For some reason they like to stick on those ones, and or the tens, and I don't know why. So I'm just going to pull them down, and I need 8 of them. All right, the next thing that I'm going to do is come over and build the 59. And I'm going to go ahead and put those down below the tens here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to put my ones over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to look now, if I am combining these two numbers together, I'm going to look at each place value. And yesterday in small group with Miss O'Brien's class, you were able to tell me very easily that these, there couldn't be more than 10 in each place value. So I'm going to look to see if I can make some exchanges. I'm going to look for 10 of these ones. So I already know that I just put 9 here. I need how many more to make a 10? You said it, I only need 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil, instead of removing all of those, I'm just going to take my pencil and mark through the ones that I'm getting rid of. So there's 9 and there's 10. But I'm going to make that exchange because now I get to take one of the rods and put down here. So now I can actually see the answer to this particular problem. So the first thing that I'm going to do is count how many I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I know that you're thinking, well, you can take those 10 and exchange them for 100. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and switch those out and it makes that exchange because I have 10 there, so I can eliminate all of these and this and exchange it for 100. So now my picture shows that my answer is going to be 100. Do I have any 10s now? No, because I exchanged all the 10s that I had. So when I have 0 10s, I'm going to put the number as 100. I have 0 10s, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1s. So the answer to this problem is 107. Lucas has 236 Skittles. His friend Bunny has 265 Skittles. How many Skittles does Lucas and Bunny have all together? Now, that's a lot of Skittles, guys, for both of them. But anyway, we're going to see how much they have all together. Now, this is one of those where you've got a 3-digit number. So we're still going to use that manipulative slide to help us. But the problem here is that our numbers are so much larger that those base 10 blocks don't fit well. So we're going to draw this one out. We're going to actually draw a picture of this problem. So we're looking at 236 and 265. So this time I'm going to actually use my drawing tool. And I know my numbers are 236 and 265. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come down and keep my drawing tool up because I'm going to use it. I'm going to change my colors up here just a bit so we can see those. But I'm going to make the first number 236. So I'm just going to draw those base 10 blocks. I'm just going to draw a square for the hundreds, so I need 2 of those. And then I'm going to draw rods for my 10, so I'm just going to draw straight lines. I need 3 of those. And then for my squares, I'm just going to draw a smaller line so you can see, and I need 6 of those. I'm going to do the exact same thing for 265, so I'm going to draw my hundreds. And then I'm going to just draw lines for my 10s, and I need 6 of those. And then I'm going to draw the little smaller lines for my 1s. Now, if I want to combine these numbers, I want to first look to see if I can make some exchanges. So I'm thinking about, can I make exchanges for 1s to 10s or 10s to hundreds? So I'm going to start looking at the 1s just to give me an idea if I can make any exchanges at all. So I'm going to start counting here. I know that I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can actually make an exchange here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my line through these 5. And I'm going to take 5 of these up here and draw a line through so they're no longer there. And I'm going to exchange it for 1 rod. So now I'm going to take that. I want to do that color so I know that it's an exchange. So I'm going to just add 1 here. Now I already know what digit's going to be in my 1's place. So I'm going to go ahead and start making my answer with this problem. Now I'm ready to look at the 10. So I'm going to see if I've got 10 here. If I do, then I can make an exchange. If I don't, then I can just write the number of 10s that I have. So I've got 6 here plus 4 more gives me 10, because when we were in first grade, we learned how to make 10s. And we were doing that by putting those numbers together quickly. And I know, because I learned that already and practiced those facts, that 6 plus 4 equals 10. So now I know again that I can make another exchange. So I'm going to mark all 10 of those out because they're no longer there. So that means I'm getting a 0 in the 10s place, but I get to get an extra 100 over here because of it, because I made that exchange. Not making the number any bigger, I'm just getting to exchange because I have 10 10s here, which equals 100. So now I'm ready to determine what value I have in my hundreds place. So I've got 4 already. With that additional 1, that's going to give me 5. So my answer would be 501. 501. Now, I want to talk about just a little bit before we end the lesson about estimation. Let's do an estimation here, and that's what I want you to practice on doing before you ever solve a problem. If we can get a quick estimation, it's going to make the problem easier to determine whether or not our real answer is reasonable. So let's go ahead and round these two to the nearest hundred. So if we're rounding 236 to the nearest hundred, I know because of that 2 right there, that it's going to be between 200 and the next 100 is 300. So it's going to be between 200 and 300. Then I'm going to look at these two because my benchmark number is 250. I'm going to look to see if these two numbers together, 36, is bigger than 50. If it's not larger than 50, then I'm going to round up to 200. If it is larger, if it's 50 or larger, I'm going to round to 300. So in this case, I know 36 comes before 50, so this one's going to round to 200. We're going to do the same thing here. So again, I know that it's going to be between 200 and 300 because I have a 2 here in the hundreds place. And I'm going to look to see if these two digits together are more than 50. So I know that 65 comes after 50, so this one's going to round to 300. When I put these two numbers together, I'm just going to add the first two, which is 5, and then I know that these two are going to be zeros. So our estimate for this particular problem is 500. Look how close our original answer is. So that's telling me that my answer here makes sense. My estimation is close. It's reasonable. This is a reasonable answer then. So my final answer is a very reasonable answer in this particular problem. So please open up this manipulative slide today as you're working your problems out. Use the drawing method to help you see the problem. Again, if you've got bigger numbers, you want to use these, but if you've got smaller numbers, you can just draw it. Or if you've got smaller numbers, sorry about that. If you've got smaller numbers, you can just use these like we did on the first problem. But on the larger numbers, you may want to just draw the picture out and draw for the rods, you might just want to draw a line, a longer line. And for the ones, you may want to just draw smaller lines so that you can actually get everything on the page. But this is a great way to put those numbers together to make those exchanges when you've got more than 10 in one spot or 10 or more in one spot. And you can just mark those out and actually see what the answer is. So in this case, I got a little happy here though, it looks like, with my drawing though, so be careful with that because it looks like I erased that one and I shouldn't have. So let me put that one back up there because we did have one left there. So you want to be careful with that because Miss Bayes got a little happy, I think, there when she was marking that out. It's because I want you to still be able to see that answer. So make sure that you can still see that answer, and I'm going to put that there because we did have a 1 left. All right, you guys have a great day. Get your work finished. Work hard for Miss Adams and Miss O'Brien and Miss Bays today, and get all your work finished in one day so you don't have all of that to do every day and then go back and work on things that you didn't get finished. So just work hard during the day and get it all finished so you can enjoy your evening with your family. You guys have a great afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in class.